Right, welcome back to the channel, guys, and today we're going to have a little bit of an inspection of the bash ring, cranks, the chain ring as well. Just give them a really good clean up, just do a little bit of maintenance, just check the bottom bracket as well, maybe stick a little bit of grease in there if it needs it, just have a tidy up, clean up, general bike stuff. It's not going to get old for a very long time. So if you're on any of the forums, you'll know right now that Audi are doing these stands for 20 quid. Go and get one. It's the best investment you'll make when you're doing maintenance on your bike. First thing to do is remove the pedals. Really simple thing. Put your bike on the floor, put your Allen key in, get your foot with your flip-flops, safety flip-flops, just crack it. There you go. That's how you do it, nice and simple. There you have it then, guys, it's the first bit off the pedal. Now, I do use DMR V8s. At the moment, they seem to be running really smooth, so still they might just crack the cap off, just double check the internals, maybe put a bit more on, and I might even just have a look at some of these nibs as well. But I do recommend using DMR V8s, if you can afford it, the V12s, but really good pedals, loads of grip. Horrible if you hit yourself with the chin with them though. I'll put a link in the description down the bottom for a pair on Amazon. Get some. If you're ever out on the trail and you haven't got your mask link tool, use your shoelace and an Allen key. Give it a twist to start it off with. Put your Allen key in there and twist. And what that'll do is that'll slowly draw in until, wait for it, pop. Such a simple way to break your chain with a shoelace. Now, I have had a few chains snap on me before, so I am a little bit of a stickler for checking over them, because I think, why the hell not? Like, they're a consumable part. They're the same as your brake discs, the same as your tyres, so a chain is not going to last you the lifetime of a bike. So it's always good just to sort of check through the links, both sides, both directions. This one is actually getting close, I would say, to, let's see if I can get that to zoom in a bit more. This one, I would say, has probably only got another 5 or 6 rides left in it before I'd be looking at chain. Yeah, we've got little chunks out of it and things like that now. So this one will be going back on, but only for a short amount of time. Yeah, it's a consumable, guys. You can pick a decent chain up for 20-30 quid. Like, come on, just do it. Saves you doing what I've had before, which is a chain snap as you're trying to pull away. That was funny. I'm going to remove the chain guide and bash guard now. These are just 3 bolts, aluminium bolts, into the frame here. Let's take that off completely. That's just, for anyone who's new, that is there just so when you're doing rock drops, you hit this rather than hitting your chain ring. That's the best thing of this tripod ever. Right, most of the stuff I do, I use my little Pro Bike tool thing. It's a little mini ratchet. Comes with the most common bits you need for your bike, including a 8mm, which is quite rare, and a little bit extension holder. Cracking little thing to keep in your backpack. It's got enough leverage there, and trust me, I have leant on this bad boy in times of need to crack pedals off, and it hasn't failed me. So yet again, I'll put a little link in the description to these. They're bloody handy and really good sets. Right, so these are Torx T15s, I think they are. So you will notice one thing, guys, and that's actually that I don't need an awful lot of effort to take bits of my bike apart. And this is something that I'm a huge believer in. There is just the right amount of force to hold something in place. You don't need to go swinging on everything to do it up. Like, there are some things, like if this moves a little bit, it doesn't really matter. So that is just in, nipped up, keep the bolts nice and tight. It's not overly done up, because otherwise, this is an aluminium frame, you'll risk damaging it. Don't over tighten things. One, bash guard. See, we can give that a really good clean up now. Oh, shiny bits. If you look on your cranks, a lot of the time they will tell you all the information you need to know. So this is 8mm hex, and it even gives you the direction of how to do it up, which means we know how to undo it is down. So we'll do exactly the same as what we did with the pedals, but on the crank now. So we'll simply put it on the floor, put our hex in like that. We can hold the other side with our hand up and push down to undo it. There we go. Nice and simple. Alright. Make sure to catch it. Yucky. Right. Okay, so now we've undone the 8mm hex on the other side. Get yourself a rubber mallet, or even sometimes your hand will do it, but yeah, I don't want to hurt my hands. And literally find the spine on the other side, gentle tap out, there you go, removed. And now we can inspect all of this lot in here as well, just make sure it's all looking good. It's really not looking that bad at all in there. The bearings are still moving nice and freely. We've got a little bit of dirt and grime build up here, so we're just going to go around and clean it, get some shop rag up on that. Now's a really good time as well just to inspect all the bits that are normally hidden up, so we can have a good look at the frame under here. We can have a good look at all the, well, the bottom bracket housing and everything like that, just make sure that it's looking nice and sweet. So we're literally just going to put a bit of tiny little piece of alcohol on there, and then what we're going to do is you're going to give this a bit of a clean down, get the pick on there, just give it a real nice clean down and a real nice brush up afterwards. Just make sure we've not disturbed too much of the innards with the dirt and the grease that we're going to be spreading around. Just going to use a little bit of a chain and foam drivetrain cleaner just to get in on the back of this. Might actually be doing a video thinking about getting one of these oval, so yeah, might be doing a video on that soon. So subscribe to the channel if you'd be interested in that, leave a comment to know if you'd be interested in that as well. We're thinking about either going for absolute black or even a hope one, seeing what they come out like. But yeah, bit of this, it foams up, it's brilliant. Like I said, it's like being back in the 80s. Look. Oh. And just get in there with the stiffy and just make sure we give it a really good vigorous going over. It'll be the cleanest this will ever be for a long time. So we've had an inspection, we've had a clean. Looks alright, to be honest with you. There's a little bit of wear on the teeth, but that's to be expected after a year of riding, really. Everything's tight, there's nothing loose, so I think it's just a case now of getting it all back together on the bike, job done. Bit more cleaning maybe. Now I'm sure there is the correct grease, and I'm sure there are other greases. I just tend to go for high performance bearing grease. Pick it up from Euro car parts. It's like a £5, and there's enough in there to last you a bloody lifetime putting a dab on a bike. So yeah, it's a cheap alternative. Right, we are literally going to take a little fingerful, not loads. Loads of grease is a bad thing. It's not more grease, more performance, trust me. It's not fucking ketchup. Right, the bearing sits in two places. You can see where it is from the wear. I say wear, minimum. There's a little lip here, and there's a little lip here. These are the areas to grease, nothing more. And we're talking like a little bit of grease. It doesn't need to be a pump ton of grease on there. Same with this side, just put a little bit of grease on there. Grease up your splines, but again, don't go mental. So that little finger bit, and I've still got some left, and to be honest with you, there's a bit too much there. Look, there's a bit too much on there. That's all you need, not loads. So we repeat the process. Slide this in through from the back, making sure you get it the right way around. Try not to have your chain ring on the opposite side to your cassette. Simple things, but just make sure. So line it up nice and gently, push it through, make sure it seats properly, make sure the seals, there you go. Another little satisfying click there. That's that side in. Get your other side, make sure they're lined up. Opposites attract, remember. Right, remember the arrow is there to help. No. Yes, it does happen sometimes. The arrow is there to help you. Right. It's really not difficult, is it, guys? So that's that back in now. All I've got to do, put it on the deck, snap it up, clean the pedals up, chain back on, job's good. When you do it, don't forget this. There's a little plastic ring that needs to go on first, otherwise your cranks wobble about. Yeah, I forgot that bit. If you are just getting into mountain biking, I would seriously consider buying yourself bash guard with a chainstay on it. Now, I've been to a few bike parks, obviously I'm still learning myself, and you can see where this has saved my chain ring a couple of times. So they may be fairly expensive when you look at them and think, it's not really necessary, but it saves your bike. I know a lot of them now coming with them, but if you guys are still buying second-hand bikes, which, hell, nothing wrong with that, mate. If you're getting in it, you're getting in it. But really good upgrade, really good upgrade. So I'll put a link in the description up for one. A little handy hint for you when the screws keep coming off. That grease, which is stickier than baby poo, makes it a lot easier. Just a little handy hint. That way then you can stick it in, grease comes out with it. Nice. Now I should do this for a living or something. Just remember to wipe off any excess before you fasten them down home, otherwise it'll be a pain in the ass to try and get to them. Now I know where I like to have my ring. No jokes. I like to have it as far forward as possible on here. That way then it's you're very unlikely to get something hitting here, and when you're here, you're so far behind, it's not going to matter anyway. So I like to tighten mine up just there. Like I said, don't go stupid mental tightening that up. You don't need to prove to anyone that you're He-Man. Take your Allen key, rotate it backwards. That'll be doing it up. Once you've done them up, put the bike on the floor and basically repeat the way you've taken them off. Nice. Now it's time for the chain. Now if you're running a 1 by whatever system, 1 by 9, 1 by 10, 1 by 12, like I'm running a 112, there's a fat and a skinnier ratio on your chain. Your front chain ring or chain ring will have the same. So make sure, I always start from this side and make sure that I line it up the right way and then roll it through. It's behind, so inside the mech hanger here, which will then be on the back edge of your bottom jockey wheel. Grab your master link back, simply place opposite ends, lap over your two ends, pull tight. Job done. Circle it backward, or circle it forward, just to make sure it's in the right gear, which it is. Circle it backwards to make sure you've got no problems. Cool. Right, there you have it then, guys. That is how to remove your crank arms, chain rings, bash guards, pedals, service it all, put it all back together, split your chain using the shoelace. I mean, this is all gold, isn't it? I'll put some link ups to the products that I use. Like I said, this Pro Bike Tool multi-tool is fantastic. The lubes I use, Rock and Roll lubes, and also as well sort of the chain cleaner and my general bike cleaner as well, which is good. And of course the Etsy store for the stickers if any of you guys are interested. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. If you like this sort of how-to video, let us know in the comments below, and like, share, subscribe. See you guys later.